And welcome back to The Fact Uncensored. It's no doubt that the pandemic has changed the way we do just about everything. That goes from colleges and universities too. And what a new report has uncovered is that it actually forced those institutions to make a lot of changes to benefits that benefits the students as well. Take a look. And joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored is Senior Director for Instructure, Ryan Lufkin. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We know the pandemic has changed the world as we know it. Also, colleges, universities around this country, you guys have done an in-depth study on how it has impacted learning, the educational process, the social aspect of college. Tell us a little bit about that report and what parents may be concerned about and adult college students.
Yeah. So in Instructure, we make Canvas the largest learning management software in North America, and so we conducted a survey, and this is the second year. We really wanted to create a benchmark survey on how the pandemic was affecting teaching and learning and how we've evolved. And really, we like to say that the pandemic actually accelerated probably a decade worth of change, into a year, a tumultuous year in the college space, and so.
So do you see, Ryan, the future of higher education virtually?
Honestly, a lot more. And so one of the things, just like we enjoy the flexibility of working from home, students really have grown to enjoy the flexibility of online courses. And so we like to say that blended is the new normal, right? So using technology in the classroom, putting your assignments online, putting your quizzes online, and supporting those with in-person interactions is the new baseline. And one of the reasons that is because it allows you to easily pivot that course to a fully online course if there's another wave of the pandemic, if there's a natural disaster. Just adopting adopting technology in the classroom to that level provides so much flexibility for not just an educator, but an entire institution, that we really do see that as the future.
Now, when we talk about virtual learning and online courses, as you guys have done or studied, one of the things you pointed out that socioeconomic status plays a role in how well you learn. Whether you're at home or virtually.
Yep. There's ultimately a lot of distractions for people that have challenges, economic challenges towards learning, whether that's working from home and trying to share devices with kids, trying to get access to high-speed internet, right? When college and university campuses shut down, that shut down a lot of people's accesses to high-speed internet and hardware. And so it required a pivot for a lot of college universities to either support, provide high-speed internet for learners at home, provide devices at home. And one of the things we like to point out too is 98% of undergraduate students own a smartphone. And so by tailoring your courses to be delivered through a mobile app on a smartphone, you are really actually helping that accessibility gap quite significantly. And so making sure, there's simple changes that college and universities can do to actually help those that are struggling most. But the other piece too is using data to measure those folks that are struggling so you can actually provide that support for them.
How are colleges and universities around the country embracing the idea of making this part of the new norm, virtual learning, online classes, using an app?
Yeah, it differs wildly, right? You have folks that are looking to go back to normal. I use finger quotes there because normal is not what it was, right? There is a new normal, and I think together most college universities are looking at how students want to learn, how they want to engage, and so they are offering more online courses. The days of the 300-person lecture hall are probably done, right? You can engage, an educator can engage with a student much more effectively online than you can in a very, very large in-person classroom like that. And so it's changing, the number of courses that are being made available online. It's actually affecting, the types of offerings that college universities are looking at. So, a lot of adult learners came back to school during the pandemic, and they were looking for fast ways to adopt skills, change their knowledge base so they could get new jobs. And that's not always a 2 or a 4-year degree. Sometimes that's a certificate program or a set of courses that can help develop those skills. And so college universities have really embraced that and are looking at new ways to support lifelong learners, not just traditional college students.
And of course, that's where you said number one priority for students is career readiness, not always that degree. So career readiness can translate into certificates or the training they need to walk right onto the job.
Exactly. A lot, back in the day, having a college degree in and of itself could get you a very high paying job. And now what we're finding is you really do need to help students map the skills they're learning to careers where they actually have jobs available. And so colleges and universities have really stepped up with creating those links to those programs. Students feel that's the highest priority, and schools are responding to that.
For the traditional college age student, what's the takeaway from your study for parents out there? If they get this study and get a chance to get their hands on it, what should be their takeaway?
The biggest piece is flexibility. Students are really looking for the flexibility to take in-person classes and have those interactions, that social experience, but they also want the flexibility of online. So as they have jobs, as they have other things that take up their time, they can choose what the options are.